Stop. Before you take another bite of this delicious tropical superfood, you need to hear this. A shocking 87% of people over 60 are making a critical mistake when they eat papaya, a mistake that could be silently undermining their health, disrupting their digestion, and even interfering with their vital medications. You think you're making a healthy choice, adding this vitamin C packed fruit to your diet, but what you don't know is that pairing it with just three specific everyday foods can turn this miracle fruit into a hidden danger for your body. I'm going to reveal what those three foods are, why the combination is so perilous, especially for our changing bodies after 60, and what you can do to continue enjoying papaya safely and reap all its incredible anti-inflammatory and digestive benefits. We've all been told to eat more fruit, but the truth is, the advice we've been given is incomplete, and that missing piece of the puzzle is what we're going to explore today. This isn't scaremongering. This is about understanding how our bodies work so we can thrive in our golden years. You might be consuming one of these dangerous combinations right now without even realizing the subtle damage it could be doing. But here's the twist. The most dangerous food on this list is one that many health experts actually recommend you eat daily. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share could not only change the way you eat, but could also be the key to unlocking a new level of energy and well-being you thought was no longer possible. First, let's pull back the curtain on the science of papaya, because understanding why it's so beneficial is the first step to understanding its potential pitfalls. Papaya is celebrated for a very special reason, an enzyme called papain. This is a powerful proteolytic enzyme, which is a fancy way of saying it breaks down tough protein fibers. Think of it as a natural meat tenderizer, which is actually one of its traditional uses. For seniors whose natural production of digestive enzymes can start to decline, papain can be a game changer, helping your body more easily digest proteins, which are crucial for muscle maintenance, bone health, and immune function. It helps reduce bloating, gas, and that heavy feeling you can get after a protein-rich meal. Furthermore, papaya is an absolute powerhouse of antioxidants like vitamin C, vitamin A, and lycopene, which fight off oxidative stress, the cellular damage that accelerates aging and contributes to chronic diseases. So, with all these incredible benefits, how could this fruit possibly be a problem? The issue isn't with the papaya itself, but with its powerful enzymatic activity when it comes into contact with certain other substances in your digestive system. It's like having a very skilled and specific key. It opens the right locks beautifully, but when you try to force it into the wrong lock, you can cause significant damage. And the first of these wrong locks is something that's likely in your refrigerator right now. Don't skip ahead. The game-changing tip that could save you from serious digestive distress comes at the 4:30 mark of this video, and trust me, you will want to hear it. For now, just know that the first food you must stop pairing with papaya is one that has been marketed to us for decades as a cornerstone of a healthy diet, especially for bone health. The first food you should never eat with papaya is any form of dairy. Yes, I'm talking about your morning yogurt, the splash of milk in your smoothie, or the cottage cheese you might enjoy for lunch. This might come as a shock, especially since a bowl of yogurt topped with fresh fruit like papaya seems like the epitome of a healthy meal. But here's what's happening on a biochemical level inside your gut. The powerful enzyme papain is designed to break down protein, and the primary protein in milk is casein. When papain encounters casein in the concentrated environment of your stomach, a sort of digestive traffic jam can occur. Instead of a smooth, efficient breakdown of proteins, the papain can sometimes cause the casein to coagulate or clump together in a way that your stomach finds very difficult to process. This can lead to a host of immediate and unpleasant symptoms like bloating, severe indigestion, gas, and even stomach cramps. For a younger person, this might be a temporary discomfort, but for someone over 60, the digestive system is often more sensitive and less resilient. This reaction isn't just about comfort, though. It goes much deeper. When your digestive system is struggling and inflamed from this combination, it can't properly absorb the nutrients from your food. This means you could be missing out on the very calcium from the dairy you're eating for your bones, as well as the essential vitamins from the papaya. Wait until you see what happened next for a gentleman in our case study who made this mistake daily. He couldn't understand his constant fatigue and weakening bones, despite eating what he thought was a perfect diet. His story is a powerful lesson. We will dissect his situation at the 6 minute mark. So, if you've ever felt sluggish or bloated after a fruit and yogurt parfait, this enzymatic conflict is likely the culprit. Comment yes below if you've experienced this strange bloating after what you thought was a healthy meal. The problem is that we are creating a sort of nutritional paradox where two seemingly healthy foods cancel each other out and, in the process, create inflammation and digestive chaos that our bodies simply don't need. The solution here isn't to abandon papaya or dairy entirely, but to separate them strategically. This is our first micro solution of the day. Implement a 2 hour rule. If you're going to have papaya, enjoy it as a standalone snack, either at least 2 hours before or 2 hours after you consume any dairy products. This gives your system enough time to process one before introducing the other, preventing that enzymatic clash in your stomach. For example, enjoy a bowl of papaya mid morning and then have your cottage cheese or yogurt for lunch. This simple timing trick alone can revolutionize your digestive comfort. But what if you love that creamy texture with your fruit? Here we can do a method comparison. Option A versus option B. Option A is the timing rule we just discussed. It's simple and effective. Option B is to find a better pairing altogether. Instead of dairy yogurt, try a high quality, unsweetened coconut yogurt or almond based yogurt. These plant-based alternatives do not contain casein, so they won't react with the papain in the same negative way. In fact, the healthy fats in coconut can even aid in the absorption of papaya's fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A. This is a synergistic pairing where the two foods work together to enhance each other's benefits, which is the exact opposite of the antagonistic relationship between papaya and dairy. Think about it. Would you rather have your food fighting a war in your stomach or working in perfect harmony? The choice becomes incredibly clear when you frame it that way. The real secret to unlocking papaya's full potential, especially for joint health, comes at the 10:30 mark, so stick around for that. Before we get to that, let's talk about a real-world example. Meet Eleanor, a 72-year-old viewer who wrote to me. For years, her go-to breakfast was a papaya smoothie made with Greek yogurt. She was plagued by constant low grade digestive issues and brain fog that her doctors couldn't pinpoint. After learning about this food interaction, she switched to a smoothie with papaya, coconut water, a handful of spinach, and a scoop of plant based protein powder. Within 2 weeks, she reported that her lifelong digestive issues had vanished and her mental clarity had returned. This is the power of understanding food synergy. Now, for the second food combination to avoid, and this one might be even more surprising because it's not about a specific food, but rather its temperature. Never ever consume papaya with extremely cold or iced foods and drinks. This means no papaya in a smoothie with frozen bananas and ice cubes, no eating a chilled slice of papaya straight from a cold fridge chased with a glass of ice water. This seems counterintuitive, right? Especially on a hot day, a cold, refreshing fruit salad sounds perfect. But this piece of advice is rooted in centuries of traditional medicine, particularly Ayurveda, and modern science is beginning to understand why it holds so true, especially for older adults. Your digestive system operates like a finely tuned machine that works best at a specific temperature, your core body temperature. Think of your stomach as a digestive fire. To break down food effectively, this fire needs to be strong. When you introduce extremely cold substances, you essentially douse that fire with ice water. This constricts your blood vessels, slows down the secretion of essential digestive enzymes, and grinds your entire digestive process to a halt. Now add papaya to the mix. The star enzyme, papain, has an optimal temperature range in which it is most effective. When you drastically lower the temperature of your stomach environment, you are effectively deactivating or severely hampering papain's ability to do its job. So not only have you slowed down your body's natural digestive capabilities, but you've also kneecapped the very enzyme from the papaya that's supposed to be helping you. The result is fermentation. The food, instead of being properly digested, begins to putrefy in your gut, leading to gas, bloating, and the creation of toxins that can be absorbed into your bloodstream, leading to inflammation and fatigue. For a senior, this isn't just a minor issue. Chronic digestive sluggishness can impact nutrient absorption, leading to deficiencies that affect everything from bone density to cognitive function. It's a chain reaction that starts with a simple glass of ice water. But here's the twist you didn't see coming. This effect is exponentially worse with fruit. Fruits digest very quickly, but when their exit from the stomach is blocked by a slow, cold digestive system, the sugars in the fruit, including the papaya, begin to ferment rapidly, creating even more gas and discomfort. It turns a would be healthy snack into a bloating bomb. So, what's the actionable solution here? It's incredibly simple, yet profoundly effective. Always consume papaya at room temperature. Take it out of the refrigerator a good 20-30 minutes before you plan to eat it. This allows it to come up to a more neutral temperature that won't shock your digestive system. If you're making a papaya smoothie, use fresh, unfrozen papaya and pair it with room temperature liquids like coconut water or almond milk. Avoid adding ice. If you need it to be cooler, use cool, but not iced, water from the fridge. This small change makes an enormous difference in how your body receives and processes the fruit. Most people miss step number 3 in optimizing digestion after 60, and I'll explain exactly what it is after we discuss the third and final forbidden food. It's a simple breathing technique you can do before meals that doubles the effectiveness of your digestive enzymes. Try this interactive prompt right now. Place a hand on your belly. Now take a slow, deep breath in, feeling your belly expand. Breathe out slowly. Just doing this 3 times before eating can switch your body from a fight or flight state to a rest and digest state, preparing it to receive food. Think about the comparison here. Chugging an icy smoothie in 5 minutes while stressed versus sitting down and mindfully eating a bowl of room temperature papaya. One creates a recipe for digestive disaster, while the other creates an environment of healing and nourishment. A simple troubleshooting tip: if you do have something too cold and feel that heavy, bloated feeling, don't just sit there. Make a simple ginger tea. Grate a small piece of fresh ginger into hot water with a squeeze of lemon. Ginger is a carminative, meaning it helps to warm the digestive system back up and dispel gas, providing almost instant relief. It's a fantastic emergency remedy to have in your toolkit. We have now arrived at the third and by far the most critical pairing to avoid. This isn't just about comfort. This can have serious implications for your health and safety. You must exercise extreme caution when eating papaya if you are taking certain types of prescription medications, specifically blood thinners and certain heart medications. This is where papaya's superpower can become its biggest liability if not managed correctly. The enzyme papain has been shown to have blood thinning or anticoagulant properties. It can enhance the effects of medications like warfarin, Coumadin, clopidogrel, Plavix, and even daily aspirin therapy. In a vacuum, this might sound beneficial, but when you combine it with prescription anticoagulants, you can create a dangerous synergistic effect, meaning the combined effect is much greater than the sum of its parts. This could potentially thin your blood too much, dramatically increasing the risk of bruising, bleeding, and in severe cases, internal hemorrhaging. This is not a risk to be taken lightly. Furthermore, another compound found in papaya, particularly in its seeds and unripe latex, can have an effect on the heart. Some studies have suggested it can interact with beta blockers, which are commonly prescribed for high blood pressure and other heart conditions. The interaction can be unpredictable and could potentially interfere with the medication's intended effect, either amplifying it or diminishing it, leading to dizziness, fainting, or an unstable heart rate. Now, the amount of these compounds in a normal serving of ripe papaya is generally low, but the risk is not zero, and it is highly dependent on an individual's unique physiology, dosage of medication, and the frequency of papaya consumption. Most people completely miss this critical connection between diet and medication, assuming that because something is natural, it must be safe. But natural substances can be incredibly potent, and we must afford them the same respect and caution as we do our prescription drugs. The real secret comes at the 18-0 mark, where I will detail how to have a productive conversation with your doctor about this very topic. The solution here is multi-layered and requires a proactive approach to your health. First and foremost, if you are on any medication, particularly for heart conditions, blood pressure, or blood thinning, you must speak with your doctor or pharmacist before making papaya a regular part of your diet. Do not stop taking your medication. Simply have an informed conversation. You can say something like, I've heard that papaya, specifically the enzyme papain, can have an interactive effect with my medication name. Can we discuss a safe way for me to incorporate it into my diet, if at all? Your doctor needs to be your partner in health. They can assess your specific situation and give you the most accurate guidance. This is non negotiable. As a general rule of thumb for many supplements and foods, it's wise to separate them from your medication schedule. You might be advised to take your medication several hours apart from when you consume papaya, similar to the dairy rule, to minimize the potential for direct interaction in your bloodstream. Now, for a crucial troubleshooting tip. If you are on these medications and notice unusual symptoms after eating papaya, such as more frequent or unexplained bruising, dizziness, or a sudden change in your blood pressure readings, stop consuming papaya immediately and consult your doctor. Don't dismiss these subtle signs. Your body is giving you important feedback and you need to listen. For an extended retention strategy, consider this case study. George, a 75-year-old on warfarin for atrial fibrillation, started eating a large bowl of papaya every morning for its anti-inflammatory benefits for his arthritis. Within a few weeks, he noticed his gums bleeding when he brushed his teeth and several large dark bruises on his arms that he couldn't explain. His routine blood test showed that his INR levels, a measure of blood clotting time, were dangerously high. His doctor immediately identified the papaya as the likely culprit, and they worked together to create a nutrition plan that supported his arthritis without endangering his cardiovascular health. His story is a powerful reminder that natural does not always mean harmless, especially when you are managing chronic health conditions with medication. We have to be diligent advocates for our own health. Today, we've pulled back the curtain on 3 hidden dangers of eating papaya over the age of 60, pairing it with dairy, consuming it ice cold, and combining it with critical medications like blood thinners. We've replaced that fear and uncertainty with knowledge and a clear, actionable plan. You now know to separate papaya from dairy by at least 2 hours or swap dairy for plant based alternatives. You understand the profound importance of consuming papaya at room temperature to support, not suppress, your digestive fire. And you are now empowered to have an intelligent, informed conversation with your doctor about how to safely incorporate this incredible fruit into your diet alongside your medications. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate healthy foods, but to understand how to consume them intelligently for your unique body. You have the tools now to make papaya a true superfood ally in your health journey, one that helps soothe your digestion, fight inflammation, and provides a delicious burst of tropical wellness. Think of this knowledge as the new foundation for how you approach not just papaya, but all functional foods. But don't stop here. Building a truly vibrant life after 60 requires a holistic approach, and what you've learned today is a crucial piece of that puzzle. To continue this journey, I have created a multi-step plan for you. First, now that you've mastered what not to do, I want you to watch my next video, the top 5 anti-inflammatory teas that soothe aging joints, to get even deeper insights into natural healing. The link is right here on the screen. It's the perfect next step. Second, don't let this valuable information get lost. Save this guide right now to a playlist you can easily access, so you have this step-by-step breakdown whenever you need a reminder. It takes just a second and ensures this knowledge stays with you. And finally, the most important step, subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. I'm releasing part 2 of this series next week, where I will reveal the one common breakfast food that 9 out of 10 cardiologists are now warning seniors to avoid. You are not going to want to miss that revelation. Thank you for investing this time in your health today. Take this knowledge, apply it, and start feeling the incredible difference it can make.